Well, my name is Daniel Castellanos Quiros. I'm a Mexican American. I was born in Mexico, but I lived in the U.S. for my whole life. Yeah, my whole life. I'm from Palm Springs, California. Yeah. I'm a graphic designer. I roast coffee, and I'm an English teacher in Japan as well. Yeah. A little bit of everything. About 4 years. In December would be 5 years. I came to Japan because of my wife mainly. Yeah, main reason was my wife. Well, I met her in Australia, in Melbourne, Australia. Yeah, we met at a coffee shop. Yeah, she was sitting next to me and I heard her speaking in Japanese. So I started talking to her. Yeah. I met her there first time. I didn't get her information the first time I met her. The second time she was in a part-time job in like Queen Victoria Market. Yeah. And that time I had a second chance, so I got her line account. Yeah. So I added her. Then we started talking. I went back to Mexico. We had long distance for about a year and a half. Yeah. So then I ended up coming to Japan. Well, I've always loved Japan since I was little. I think most people my age are grew up with like anime or manga or like ramen or like that culture, Japanese culture. So I've always wanted to come to Japan to visit, but not to live. I wasn't expecting to live. Yeah. Well, I've never been married to anyone else besides her. So I wouldn't really know, yeah. But yeah, there is culture difference. Like Mexican and Americans are very different. So Japanese and Mexicans are completely different, not even slightly close. So that was a big obstacle at first. Yeah. The difference between countries. Well, Japanese are very focused into their work. And well, Mexicans are very easygoing. Yeah, most of them are not working. Some of them are working. And they like to drink, like pretty much every day. Yeah. Not really. It's actually pretty easy. Plus, I think commuting is. I think the best thing about Japan, you can get a job pretty much anywhere. If you're a U.S. citizen, you can get a job really quickly in Japan. But if you have a bachelor's, if you don't have a bachelor's, then it's like, it's not very easy. Mostly English classes. There's also English teaching. English teacher jobs, and there's also IT jobs. But for IT jobs, you need at least basic conversation or a little bit higher in Japanese language. Well, I have 3 jobs. Yeah, I'm an English teacher in Hirakata. And I'm also roasting on the side. I have an online coffee roasting company. And I'm also doing graphic design. Mainly logo design and like product and branding design. But not in Japan. I still got to improve my Japanese a little bit more. But just in Mexico. Spanish-speaking countries and English-speaking countries. Hardest part? I think it's pretty easy. It's just getting used to the culture difference, and not just culture difference, but also how do I explain it? Americans and Mexicans' common sense is completely different than Japanese common sense. I think that's the hardest part to get used to. Yeah. Language barrier as well, but when I first came to Japan, it wasn't really a problem, language barrier. Most Japanese really do try to speak even if they don't know any English. But yeah, the language barrier for a job, I think it's very difficult. But if you don't have English, I think you can. If you don't have Japanese, I think you'll be just fine. Future goal, owning my own coffee shop. Yeah, coffee shop, roasting. Well, just living off roasting, and probably have teach English at my coffee shop or something. Yeah. Oh, that's difficult. I don't remember when I started liking it. Probably in university I started liking it. around university, I needed it. Every day I used to go to sleep probably like at 4 in the morning, and the next day I had to wake up super early, so I had to drink like 2 cups in the morning, trying to stay alive and stay awake. Yeah, but I don't know, I just love the process of making coffee. There's so many ways of making coffee, and different beans too. I think it is, yeah. The problem in Japan is, well, my future concept for my coffee shop is there is no coffee shop in Japan that opens really early, and foreigners want that. So that's my what I want to focus on is have a shop that opens at 6, not at like 12 in the afternoon. So I would focus more on like foreigners in Japan, but also people that want American experience, because in America we wake up super early to go get our cup of joe in the morning. Yeah. Oh, but it is easy. I think it is. My advice for everybody, I would say learn basic conversation Japanese and try to make as much friends as possible. Connections are the best thing in Japan. If you have a lot of connections, then you're able to do many things in Japan. But I don't know what kind of questions did I do. Advice. Yeah, just pretty much learn basic conversation Japanese, if anything. If you really want to learn, if you want to live here in Japan for like forever, I recommend studying kanji, learning to write, and learning to read, learn important daily phrases in Japanese. And little by little, you'll start catching, You'll start learning more and more after a while. Well, if you guys want to check out my coffee shop, it's on this corner over here. If you guys want to check my Instagram, it's on this corner over here. But yeah, if you guys have any questions, I'm always available. Many people randomly message me and ask me random questions about Japan, so I'm all ears. Thank you for watching.